Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today's class is going to involve lots of different movements to both stretch and strengthen throughout the body. We're going to take a nice gentle pace throughout the class today, but as always, work to a level that you feel comfortable with. So we're going to start the class in standing and warm up, and then we're going to come down into 4-point kneeling to continue the class from there. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet at that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight coming to the front of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. That weight's going nice and evenly down through your feet. Knees are nice and soft, so not locked back. Hands up onto your pelvis. Very gently, we're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just gently forwards and back. Again, just find that midpoint between those two movements. So we're in that nice neutral position. Lovely. Those ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Okay, so we're going to bring our elbows into our side to begin with. Keep these shoulders down. We're just going to do a few chest openers here. So breath in. As you breathe out, just opening out through that chest and coming back in. Good. So opening out. As we open out, squeeze those shoulder blades gently back and forwards. Good. Opening out with those hands and back. So as we open out, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back and gently forwards. Good. Opening out, squeezing gently back and forwards. Good. Keeping that neck long so those shoulders shouldn't be lifting. We're squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. Good. And again, opening out and folding back. Lovely. And again, opening out and folding back. Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades, fold back. Last few here, just gently warming up through that upper body. Well done. And back. Good. And again, opening out and fold back. Lovely. One more time. Squeeze the shoulder blades, folding back and relax those arms down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to bring our arms and legs together a little bit here. So I want you to bring your hands up so the palms of your hands are facing towards you. And then we're going to keep our knees at hip width distance apart, and we're going to drop down into our little squat here. And then as we come up, I want you to open those palms out into that book opener. Good. So we're going to bring those hands together, drop down, open out as we come up. Good. Drop down as we come in. Open out. Good. So bring those palms in towards you and then open them out as we come back up. Good. Dropping down. So that bottom's going back. So we're sitting back down into that squat. Opening out. Keeping those knees that hip width distance apart. Opening out. Good. Dropping down. Open out. Good. Drop down and open out. Lovely. Drop down. Open out. Good. Last few. Drop down. Open out. So just go as low as you feel comfortable. Working those legs, dropping down, lifting up. Good. So drop down, push through those heels, lift up. Good. Drop down and lifting up. Lovely. Drop down, lift up. Last couple here. Dropping down and lifting up. One more time. Drop down and lift up. Well done. Bring those hands down and relax down from there. Very good. Okay, so we're going to work into our balance series a little bit here. So feet still staying that hip width distance apart. We're going to come up with those hands up to shoulder height and then come up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. So raise those hands up on those toes. Bend those knees, lower the feet and down. So again, keep those knees that hip width distance apart as you come up, lowering down. Good. And again, lifting up on those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, float those arms up on those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. And again, float the hands up on those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Now this time if you can, we're going to reach those hands up towards the ceiling, up on those toes again. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, reach those hands up on those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. And again, reaching up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, reaching up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Lovely. One more time, reaching up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and relax those arms back down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to bring one leg just in front from here. Going to work into our hip a little bit. So the leg you're standing on, make sure it's not locked back. That knee should be soft. And we're going to start by lifting, flexing this hip just up to hip height and then back down. We can bring those arms in, just floating those arms up to shoulder height and down. And again, raising up, lowering down. Good. And again, lift up and float down. So that leg you're standing on, keep that knee soft. Just working hard to support you as well. Lift up and down. Well done. Lifting up and floating down. Lovely. Good. And down. Lifting the leg, floating down. Well done. And again, lift up, float down. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to lift up, open out wide in that hip twist movement, fold back and down. Very good. And again, floating up if you can, opening out wide, folding back and down. So just open out as far as you feel you can keep that control. Doesn't have to be a big movement at all. Coming back down. Well done. And again, lifting up, opening out, arm and leg, lower back down. Good. And again, lift up. So really challenging that control a little bit here. Coming back down. Well done. If that feels too much, just stick with lifting and lowering through that hip. Well done. Lift up, open out, folding back and down. Last few. Well done. Lift up, open out, folding back and down. And again, lift up, open out, fold back and down. Let's do one more this side. Lift up, opening out, fold back and then lowering down. Well done. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. So starting with that opposite leg, just flexing that hip, we'll lift up and lower. We can bring those arms in, just floating to that shoulder height and down. Lift up and lower. So nice and control. That leg you're standing on is working hard to support you. Keep that knee nice and soft. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Lift up and lower. Good. Controlling that movement. That leg's not going any higher than that hip height. Nice and controlled. You lift up and lower. Good. Now, as we did before, on this next one, we're going to lift up, open out with that hip twist, fold back and down. Well done. And again, lift up, opening out, folding back and down. Nice and control. As before, if that feels too much with that opening movement, just stick with lifting and lowering with that leg. Only open out as far as you can keep that control. It doesn't need to be a big movement. We're just opening out, folding back and lower back down. Good. And again, opening out, challenging that balance a little bit here and down. Well done. And again, lift up, opening out, folding back and down. Lovely. Last few. Lift up, open out, folding back and down. Well done. And again, lift up, open out, folding back and down. Good. Lift up, open out wide, folding back and down. Let's do one more time. Lift up, opening out, folding back and lowering that leg down. Well done. Very good. Okay, so we're going to bring our feet a little bit wider here. So we're going to bring wider than the hip width, and then turn those feet out just to that 45-degree angle here. And we're going to go into our side plie. So we're going to drop down nice and wide, and we're going to reach over to one side and just stretch out through our side here. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, back to that center, opposite side, reaching over, breath in. As you breathe out, back to that center and lifting back up. Lovely. And again, so dropping down, reaching over, breath in here. As you breathe out, back to the center, opposite side, reaching over, breath in. As you breathe out, back to the center and lifting back up. Beautiful. One more time. So we're going to drop down, reach over, breath in. As you breathe out, back to the center, opposite side, reaching out, breath in. As you breathe out, back to that center and slowly lifting back up. Well done. Okay, so let's bring those feet back in to that hip width again, sorry. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down. Just slowly drop that chin down and we're going to roll those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end here. Then as you breathe out, gently restacking that spine back up into standing. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there. And as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Okay, so I'm going to come to the end of my mat. So we're going to roll down into 4-point kneeling in a second, but just so you can see me as well. So we'll take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath in at the end here. As you breathe out, slowly coming back up. Lovely. So we'll do one more time. We're going to stay down. So breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Soften those knees, and then we're going to just walk our hands down gently into 4-point kneeling, and we're going to continue our class from here. Okay, so we're going to continue the class here in this position. So we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees are underneath those hips. Make sure your elbows are nice and soft, so not locked back from there. And we're just going to start with a gentle cat stretch just to get our backs moving a little bit more. So we're going to tuck that head under, arch that back up, so really sort of lift up through that middle, arching that spine, and then drop down, and we're extending into that opposite direction. Good, so tucking that head under, arching up through that back, flexing the spine, then drop down and extending from there. Good, and again, tucking under, arching up, drop down, looking forwards. Good, and again, tucking that head under, arching up, drop down, look forwards. Good, and again, tucking that head under, arching that back up, drop down, look forwards. Well done. And again, tucking that head under, arching that back up, drop down, look forwards. Lovely. Let's do one more. I just want you to think about where that midpoint is between those two movements. So our back is nice and flat, that tailbone is just tucked under here, and that belly button's just drawn up towards the spine there. Very good. Okay, so we're going to start with our swimming movement. So I just want you to begin with, take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to extend one leg away, just parallel with the floor, and then we're going to fold that leg back in. So breathing out as you extend the leg away, breathe in as you fold back in. Good. So we're alternating legs, reaching that leg away, and then folding back. Good. And again, lengthening through that leg, keeping that back nice and flat, and then folding back. Good. And again, reaching away, and folding back. Lovely. Now, if that feels comfortable, we can add our opposite arm reaching. So we're going to reach the opposite arm away and then fold back. But if that feels too much, just stick with the leg and back. So we're reaching opposite arm, opposite leg, fold back together. So lengthening through, keep that neck nice and long. We often sometimes describe, imagine you've got a tray of drinks on your back. So you're keeping that back nice and flat. So if you're lifting that leg too high, then you're going to drop your drinks. So just think about that. If I've got that tray on your back, keeping that nice and level as you lengthen opposite arm, opposite leg, folding back. Good. So breathe out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Good. A few more here, nice and controlled, folding back. Lovely. And again, reaching away, folding back. Well done. A few more, reach away and fold back. Good. And again, breathing out, breathing in to fold back. Good. And back. Lovely. Reaching arm and leg away, folding back. Opposite arm, opposite leg, folding back. Well done. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and fold back. Let's do one more each side. Folding back. And then folding back. Well done. Let's come off those wrists a second, have a little stretch out. Drop that bottom down into that child pose stretch. So just relaxing down from here, reach those fingertips away, have a little stretch through those shoulders. Well done. Breath in and out. Just relaxing down here. Good. And again, breath in and out, relaxing down. One more time. And out. Good. So we're going to come back into 4-point kneeling here. So we're going to do a few little press ups. So we're going to stay in this box position here. So hands underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips there. And we're just going to bring that forehead, bring that breastbone down towards the mat here. So let's do 8 together. Okay, so we're going to drop down. Here we go. We're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming back up. Well done. Let's have a little rest here. Then we're going to do another set. Okay, ready? Here we go. Let's do another 8. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up. Very good. Have a little rest here. So if that feels enough, have a little rest. But if you're feeling strong, let's see if we can do one more set together. Okay, here we go. We're going to do 8 more. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1, coming back up. Let's drop back that bottom onto your heels. Let those arms have a little stretch out. Well done. And relax them there. Well done. Breath in. And out. And just relax those shoulders down. Very good. Well done. And again, breath in. And out. Relaxing down from there. Very good. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our sides from here. So if you've got a little towel or a block you can use just to support that head, you can just grab that now. I'm going to pop that between my head and my arm here. So I'm going to bend my knees up so my feet and my hips are roughly in that line, and those hips are really stacked on top of each other. So we're going to start working our glutes with our clam movement here. So feet together, we're going to lift up that top knee and then lower back down. Good. So we're going to lift and lower through that top leg. So you want to feel it in that back pocket side area here. If you don't, sometimes you just need to bend or straighten those legs up a little bit. So you can just adjust those legs if you need to, just to get that working in the right place here. So we're lifting and lowering through that top knee, making sure those hips are staying stacked. So you don't want to let those hips roll back. We often want to cheat a little bit to do that. So try and keep those hips stacked on top of each other. You've got that imaginary wall behind you here as we're lifting and lowering through that top knee. Well done. So we're lifting and lowering. Excellent. Well done. Now if that feels comfortable, stay here at this level and keep going if you can. If you're able to, we're going to raise those feet up to hip height and we're going to lift and lower through this top knee again. Well done. And again, lifting and lowering. Keeping those hips stacked. Lift and lower. Well done. Good, nice and controlled. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Lift up and lower. Last few. Good. And if those feet are raised, do one more here. And then we're going to lower those feet down. And if you can, we'll do last few with those feet down, lifting and lowering through that top knee. Well done. Good. Keeping those hips stacked. Let's just do one more. Lift up and then lower down. Well done. Give that leg a little rest. So drop that leg in front, rest that top leg here. So while we're just giving this top leg a rest, we'll lengthen through that lower leg. And if you can, we can just do a few little lifts and lower little pulses with that lower leg. Just working that inner thigh here. So keep those shoulders relaxed. We're just lifting and lowering. Just a little movement here. Still breathing in and out. Just nice and gently. Well done. Lifting and lowering. Very good. And then let's lower that leg back down. And then we're going to straighten both legs out together. So feet just in front of you, hips stacked on top of each other. That core is just gently engaged from here. And we're going to lift this top leg up and out to the side. So we're going to lift this top leg up and out and then lower back down. So point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. So keeping those hips stacked as we're lifting and lowering through that top leg. And again, point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. And again, point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Good. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Lift up and lower. Keeping those hips stacked. Lifting and lowering through that top leg. Well done. Lift up and lower. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Working that top leg here. Lift up and lower. Well done. Lift up and lower. Good. Lifting and lowering. Well done. And on this next one, we're going to lift up, hold that leg there, and we're going to do little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower that leg down. Well done. Bend those knees up. Give those legs a little rest. Well done. Okay, so let's even ourselves out. Do the same on the other side. So bring that block or towel, whatever you're using, with you. We'll come around onto the opposite side now. So just popping that block between that head and that arm there, just to support your neck. We're going to have our knees bent up, so feet and hips roughly in that line. Those hips are really stacked on top of each other. And as we did before, we're going to start with our clam movement. So feet together, we're going to lift up this top knee, lower back down. So we're lifting and lowering through that top knee. Good. So keeping those hips stacked, not allowing them to roll back. Keeping them stacked as we're lifting and lowering through that top knee. Well done. Lift up and lower. Keeping those hips stacked. Good. Lifting and lowering. So remember, you want to feel it in that back pocket side area. As I said before, if you don't, just bend or straighten those legs up a little bit just to find that right position for you. Good. Okay, so still got that imaginary wall behind us. We're not rolling back into it. Good. Okay, so if that's comfortable, stay here. Or if you can, we can raise those feet up to hip height, and then we're going to lift and lower through that top knee again from here. Good. And again, lift up and lower. Keeping those hips stacked as you lift and lower through that top leg. Well done. Lifting and lowering. Keeping those legs stacked. Well done. Lift up and lower. Well done. Good. Okay. Let's do one more here with those feet raised. Lower that knee down. Lower those feet down if you can. Let's do last few together. Lifting and lowering through that top knee. Well done. Still keeping those hips stacked. Not rolling back. Well done. Lift up and lower. Good. And again, lift up and lower. Good. One more. And then lower that leg down. Well done. Drop that leg in front. Give that leg a little rest here. While we're resting this top leg, we can lengthen through that lower leg. We do a few little lifts and lower with that lower leg here. So we're just going to work that inner thigh. Just pulsing that lower leg. Keep that upper body nice and relaxed. Just gently breathing in and out here. Just working through that inner thigh just a little bit while we're just resting this top leg. Well done. Breathing in. And out. Good. And again, breath in. And out. Good. And then just lower that leg back down. Excellent. So as we did before, let's straighten both legs out. So feet just in front of you there. Hips stacked on top of each other. And we're going to start by lifting this top leg up and out to the side and then lower back down. So point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point the toes to lift up, flex to lower. So just lifting and lowering through that top leg. Keeping those hips stacked, nice and controlled as you lift and lower. So just lift as far as you're comfortable. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Keeping those hips stacked. Lift up and lower. Lifting and lowering. So really working those glutes here, those side glute muscles. Lifting and lowering. Well done. And again, lift up and lower. Lifting and lowering. Well done. And again, lift up and lower. And again, lift up and lower. Lovely. Now on this next one, we're going to lift up, flex the foot, and we'll do 8 little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lower that leg down. Well done. Bend those knees up. Give that muscle a little rest. Very good. Okay, so we're going to drop that block over to the side and we're going to come round onto our backs from here. So come down onto your back. So we'll have our feet and knees that hip width distance apart. Just as we normally do, just tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just finding that midpoint between those two movements. So that pelvis in that nice neutral position here. Those ribs are nice and soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted. Okay, so to start with, we're going to float our hands up towards the ceiling. And we're going to just do some arm scissors here. So we're going to reach one arm back above our head and then fold back in. Opposite arm, reaching above and folding in. Now what you're really thinking about is not letting those ribs flare. So you shouldn't be feeling those ribs causing lifting, so that upper back arches. We're opening out each side, moving that arm above your head, folding back. So really keeping that connection between those ribs and those hip bones. Well done. Reaching the arm above your head, folding back. Good. And back. So just breathing out as you're reaching above, breathing in as you're folding back. Good. Let's do a few more here, nice and controlled. Reaching the arms and back. Good. Let's do one more each side. We're reaching those arms back, folding back. Good, and then back to that centre. Now keep those arms up towards the ceiling. So we're going to do our hip twist, but we're going to add in our opposite arm opening here. So we're going to let one knee fall out to the side. If you can, with the opposite arm, we're going to open out to the opposite direction and then fold back. So open the knee out, opposite arm, opening out, and then folding back. Good. So it requires a little bit more control, opening that opposite arm, folding back. Good. Opening out and folding back. Now if that's comfortable with your feet down, then we can raise one leg into single tabletop, then opening out the same, folding back, lower back down. Opposite leg lifted, opening out, folding back. So that's our next option if that feels comfortable with those feet down, but pick what feels comfortable for you. Those of you that have done this before, if you want to, you can come up into double tabletop and then opening out and folding back. So we've got a couple of options there. Just pick what feels comfortable, that you feel you can control that movement. If you move your leg up into tabletop, single or double, you might find that movement is a little bit smaller because it's a little bit harder to control. So that's normal, don't worry. That movement might be a little bit smaller as you open out each side. Good. So breathing out as you open out, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you open out, breathe in as you fold back. Good. Alternating sides, lovely. Breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Well done. Breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Good. Folding back, lovely. And again, opening out, folding back. Let's do a few more here. Opening out and folding back. Well done. Keep going. Opening out, fold back. Good. And again, opening out and folding back. Okay, let's do one more each side. And again. And then just lowering those legs if they're lifted. And then we're going to float those arms back down onto the mat. Well done. So feet and knees at hip width distance apart still. We're going to go into our bridge from here. So make sure your feet aren't too far away from you. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. As you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Well done. Breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, using those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, using those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down onto the mat. Good. And again, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. As you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down. Good. And again, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in the top here. As you breathe out, walking that spine back down. Now, if you want to, we're going to combine in a little bit of abdo prep. So you can pop your hand behind your head if you want to. And we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we need to lift back up into that bridge. Breath in. As you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down. Once you're back down onto the mat, then we're just going to lift that head into a little bit of abdo prep. Lower the head back down. And then we're going to lift back up into a bridge. Breath in. As you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down. And then lifting up into that abdo prep. Lowering that head down. Well done. And again, lifting up. Breath in. As you breathe out, walking that spine down. Once you get to the end point, lifting up into a little bit of abdo prep. Lowering that head down. Well done. Lifting up, breath in. As you breathe out, walking down. And then lift that head into that little bit of abdo prep. Well done. Last few here. Lifting up that spine. Use those bottom muscles to help you. Breath in as you breathe out. Walking slowly down. And lift the head into abdo prep. Good. And again, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in. As you breathe out, walking that spine down. Lifting that head into abdo prep. Well done. Let's do one last time. Lifting up. Breath in. As you breathe out, walking down. And lifting into abdo prep. Well done. Lower that head down. Let's bring those knees in. Have a little hug. One at a time in towards your chest. Well done. Breath in. And out. Just relaxing down from here. Good. Breath in and out. Just relaxing through that stretch. Well done. So just lowering those legs down one at a time. And we're going to just stretch out a little bit more now. So we're going to have our hands down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side if you can. Use those toe muscles to bring those knees up and then over to that opposite side. Opening out through that back. Using those toe muscles, coming back up and over to that opposite side. Opening out. Good. Lifting back up and over to that opposite side. Good, and again, drop those knees over, turning that head, using those toe muscles, lifting up and over to that opposite side. Good, drop those knees over, turn that head and back up. Good, reach those knees over, turning that head, coming back up and over. Lovely, just enjoying that stretch, opening out through that spine. Well done, it feels good to do. And back up, lovely, we'll just last few. Drop those knees over, coming back up and over to that opposite side. Good, let's do one more each side. Drop those knees over and coming back up and over to that opposite side. Well done, and then bring those arms back in. Excellent. Okay, so let's just stretch out through our bottom muscles now. So I'm going to put one foot onto the opposite knee, allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you just as far as you feel comfortable, and then we're going to hold this stretch here. So just take a nice deep breath in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just relax down into that stretch, just that little bit further if you can. Breath in. As you breathe out, relaxing down into that stretch. Well done. Breath in. And out. And again, breath in. And out. Good. And then just lowering that leg back down. Then we do the same on the other side. Opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, bring the other leg up and towards you just as far as you feel comfortable. Then we're going to hold this stretch here. So nice breath in and out. On the out breath, if you can, relax down into that stretch. Just that little bit further if you can. Breath in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. Good. One more time, breath in and out. Relaxing down into that stretch. Just that little bit further. Well done. And then just lowering that leg back down. Excellent. So we're going to stretch out through the backs of our legs now. So knee up towards the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg. You can use your hand just to support that leg there. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling, and just holding that stretch. So just supporting that leg here. Nice stretch out. Well done. Good. Just holding that stretch there. Excellent. Then we're just going to move through our ankle gently here. We're going to point and flex through the foot. Pointing and flexing through that ankle. Well done. Just changing that stretch slightly. Good. And then just holding that stretch again. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. Well done. Lengthen through the back of the leg. Excellent. And then lowering that leg back down. Very good. Last time on the other side. Knee up to the ceiling. Lengthen through the back of the leg. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. Use your hand just to support that leg there. And then we're going to hold this stretch. Good. Lengthen out through the back of the leg, well done. And then we're going to point and flex through the ankle again. So just gently pointing and flexing through that foot. Well done. And then holding that stretch again, toes pointing up to the ceiling, well done. Lengthening through that leg. Just breathing in and out here. Then just gently bending that knee back down and lowering back onto the mat. Excellent. So we're going to come back up into sitting just to finish off with a few stretches here. So sitting comfortably on the mat, either legs crossed, legs out in front, however you're comfortable, sitting on a block. Just make sure that weight's going nice and evenly through those sitting bones, those bottom muscles there. Okay, so we're going to just open out through that chest a little bit. Like we did in the beginning, we do our book opener. So palms facing towards you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to bring those palms out, open out through that chest. Good. Bring those hands in and opening out. Good. And again, palms coming forwards and then opening out. Good. Folding back in and opening out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. And again, folding in, opening out. Good. And again, opening out and folding in. Let's do one more here, opening out and folding back. Well done. Relax those arms down. So we're going to drop one arm down to the side. We're going to stretch out into our mermaid here. So we're going to reach one arm up and over. Breath in here. As you breathe out, back up and over to that center. Good. And again, reaching that arm over. Breath in here. As you breathe out, back up and over. Good. And again, drop the arm down, reaching over. Breath in. As you breathe out, back up and over. Last time, reaching over. Breath in here. As you breathe out, back up and over, and relax those shoulders down. Well done, fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the class today. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully see you next time.